Or is Ollie back?
No, she's not back for another week or so. I think it's the 25th she's back. So I think 24th is her hand-in deadline.
I see.
Squib, stick it on the Discord attendance one, then I'll probably remember. Because otherwise, what'll happen? I'll remember you're on holiday, and I'll forget when you're back.
Good evening.
Hey.
Where are I?
Oh, you are here, Boozy. I was just messaging you to remind you it was Thursday,
I was just getting a message, thanks.
in case you'd forgotten, like on Tuesday. Dashi, did you forget to sign up and stress us a bit?
What?
Did you forget to sign up and cause some stress for us with trying to work out how many healers we had?
Apparently so. I have some bad news though. I'm not here Sunday.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm going to a music festival.
Okay, hopefully it's going to be less muddy than the one this weekend. No,
Um,
it is this weekend. It was last weekend. I keep seeing very, very muddy field pictures on Facebook.
Also, I'm waiting for a friend to deliver something. They said they'd be here at 7, so I might have to miss the first pull or something.
Okay. We're
Is it
still trying to
drugs?
work out where everyone's hiding because we're only at 19. So we've got refrigerator running about 10 minutes late and Dwas a bit late. So I am hoping we should have 20 pretty soon. Oh, there's a refrigerator. Perfect. Given it's 2 minutes to, let's just zone in. Then we can get going with this at 8. I like how I say zone in and suddenly a whole pile of people appears here. We're waiting, ready to go.
Yeah, we listen to.
Good, I like that.
Get over here, boy.
No, that's just slower.
Dashy, stop with the weird. Oh wait, hang on.
This Discord channel is seriously disturbing.
Warboard.
Right,
Flop.
so you will notice we've not got orange and purple markers today. That's because we are going to try and fix that avalanche. So, range. If you get avalanche, you're going to run on the side away from the ship, so you don't run over the blisters, ideally. Melee, you're going to run where it's safe, so you can go kind of around the boss where the tanks are, just watch out for the tanks. You can go with the ranged. And we mostly just want to try and keep everyone alive and keep the avalanche off people. So if you've not got avalanche, you are going to stand nice and still so you are an easily dodgeable clump. Hopefully you've all seen the picture I've posted a few times on Discord of the J shape. So if you do that range, then you don't need the portal, which means we can use the portal for melee and for getting back from the ring. So we're going to see how that goes. I'm still calling which side the boat's on, so you'll know where it is and you'll be able to go away from it. Obviously, if there's fire on a ballista, just go the opposite side and get the fire. No, not the opposite side. Go get the fire rather than put it away from the ship. Sorry, I'm getting a load of whispers while I'm trying to talk and it's confusing me. Right, make sure you grab your Vantus runes. Let me stick the AA up as well.
Food is down, by the way, so eat.
Okay, groups 1 and 2, you're going to grab 2 flasks, 3 and 4, you're going to just grab 1, who's going to take an extra.
Phantos runes are in the G bank if you need it.
in the boozy rules tab, or what is it called now?
I'm afraid Sangor has mangled it somehow.
Okay, I'll sneak onto his computer and fix it for you.
Slacking boozy tab.
Slapping boozies out.
I like how you think.
Oh yeah, I'd be scared. If Sangor likes how I think, your marriage must be doomed.
You think?
Yeah, I'm not a nice person.
It's fine, I've got kittens now, I don't need him. I'll just replace them.
I'm just gonna check up on them, how they're doing after their eye drops.
Wait, eye drops.
Yeah, they have eye infections.
That was quick.
No, they came with those.
And worms, and fleas, and all kinds of nasty shit.
Did you find them on the street?
A farm.
Sangor did infect them, probably.
Yeah, I had to clean my arse with something on Saturday, and the toilet paper was up, and the kitties went to come and look what I was doing, so there you go. They were sneezing as well, yeah.
Wait, is that word sneezing?
No,
guess
that's
so.
sneezing disease.
Okay, grab your flasks, grab your runes, get your food buffs, and I will ready check and we will go. So if you didn't listen before, remember there is no orange and purple. Ranged, you are going to run the side the boat is not at, so there's enough space for the ballistas.
A little question there. So if the boat is not active at that time, do we run where the boat was, so not to interrupt when the other boat is incoming?
If there's nothing there, doesn't matter.
Okay.
The key thing is don't kill people with it, really. So you're going to run straight away from the group. You're not going to keep DPSing.
Looking at the picture that refrigerator posted, it seems that the range they stay much back like we do usually. Usually we are in the front, but here in the picture it seems that we are a little bit back.
Yeah, I
It
think
shouldn't make a difference. It's actually the picture I posted a couple of weeks ago. It really shouldn't matter that much.
I mean, if we stay further back, the J method is going to work.
Yeah, because the idea is we just want you to run out to the side and back. We don't need to keep DPSing. So you want to get out straight away so you're not hitting the group. If you're in the group, then you're going to make sure you're tightly clumped. And then don't go back to the group until you've stopped the avalanche so you don't drop it on them. And the portals are hopefully going to make life easier for melee as well if they get at the back. I did just put a marker on you. Has it gone? Here you go, you got it again. But then melee, run where is safe. So if you can get to the range and run with them, go for it. If you've got space near the boss, go for it. Just be aware of tanks, because we will definitely be running there. Ayumi just needs to restart his machine and then I'll ready check.
I think light might need a tissue.
Can we get us some bottle, please?
So the question, can we do it?
It's alright.
Summon.
We have another wall.
Can we have Hellstones as well?
We had the Hellstone.
indeed.
I'd like more Hellstones.
Big
Especially as we're summoning
boys.
someone.
Sorry, my mate came and live in it.
That's fine, Dashi. We're having a reboot and we're switching Squibs over to his monk, so we've got a bit of downtime.
No, you got your
Is-
drugs.
Thank you. That was my next question.
Alright, let's stabilize phase 1 as much as we can. We want phase 2 to happen.
We're gonna have to go back to standing in fire, right?
Yeah, we only have 2 priests, so yes, stand in fire. Bit more damage, but we can't all be rooted.
Who's doing the list?
Kwai's doing that.
Just try.
No, I will help him. I do the front ones.
Okay, cool.
I also did the last raid.
That's no problem. As long as you know you're doing it, that's fine.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know you're doing it.
Something on that matter, feel free to call if a ballista gets frozen and you need access to it. That
Yeah.
means all range swapping.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we are going to try out moving the boss around a bit less. Ayumu found some videos showing guilds not shifting her left right all the time and just having them nuked if needed. So we're going to see if that makes life a bit easier for the range, not the range, the melee as well. Probably less frustration with trying to encourage her across the room.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
BAM!
I hope you don't mind.
Boat left,
Freezing Blast.
range dodge.
Searing Pitch. Set Charge. Searing
Frozen
Pitch.
Siege.
Blood. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast.
Ah, okay.
Use that race.
More dots on the ballista.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. Expect cone after.
I'm going base.
Ring of Ice.
Get out.
Howling Winds.
Get into fire.
Chilling
Break
Touch.
those ice blocks.
Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege.
BAM!
Freezing Blast.
Boat right.
Howling Winds. Chilling Touch. Searing Pitch. Time Warp.
Avalanche.
I can't tell you, yeah.
That's fine. Let's just wait then.
Frozen Siege.
Stand in fire.
Searing Pitch. Searing Freezing Pitch. Blast. Searing Pitch. Ring of Ice.
Not bad, not bad. We probably got her in a few pulls.
Yeah?
What, the whole fight? Just Dead.
Yeah,
Lost.
feeling confident.
To be fair, there's a lot of this part, so
That's why they're just not good enough.
Also, if we can get this P1 sorted with only half a raid team, then
The issue is we can only blink and back again like once every 40 seconds.
Yeah, it's not really ideal. Druids, chamois, hunters are much better for that.
they should be fire, really, but whatever.
Yeah, but
I think the boss needs to stay further up the ship if we're doing this strat, by the way. Like, towards us.
Possibly, yeah. So we've at least got a bit of space. We don't want to go too far up, or the ring is annoying for ranged.
No, but most of the time I've seen them do this strat, they use tanker roughly level with the gateways.
Yeah. But we did try that, and ranged didn't like that. It was too close to where they were.
But we moved back range.
Yeah, but you were meant to be here when we tried that, and you didn't like it. So we can move her a bit closer.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Frozen Siege.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. Expect cone after.
Will be torch range. If it goes off.
Freezing Blast.
You can tell by looking at which way she's facing during the cast. At the avalanche.
BAM!
Yeah, it's like mecha top. Boat right.
Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Frozen Siege. Set Charge. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blood.
Avalanche.
Searing Pitch.
Range, be ready to dodge.
Ring of Ice.
Get out, get in the fire.
Searing Pitch. Howling Winds. Chilling Touch.
Ah, jeez.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege.
let's get ballistas down, right?
Freezing Blast. Time Warp.
BAM!
Boat left.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
stand.
Expect frontal after. Oressa, don't stand still.
Freezing Blast.
You just like it.
Frozen Siege. Ring of Ice.
Freeze you where you stand.
Yeah, refrigerator, that's fine. We have Sunti on the ballistas as well, and you can do the bombs maybe. Yeah, whole point is to make sure you get safely back to the ranged clump. Remember, you can use the weak aura to check that you still need to be running or it's nearly over and you could be moving back in.
Refrigerator, could you link that noisy searing patch?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The tide rises.
BAM!
Freezing blast.
Boat left.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Set charge. Freezing blast.
I will freeze you where you stand.
Avalanche.
Ring of ice. Howling winds.
Get out.
Freezing blood.
No fire.
Well, wait for dispel.
Frozen siege.
Ice blocks.
Yeah, wipe it.
Freezing blast.
Update dash.
Chilling touch.
The tide moves against you. Beware. Beware.
The only reason the boss would be further up the boat is because the ranged were further back. If they're going to be standing in the same position as always, then we can't move the boss further up.
I do think if we move further back, there's a bigger chance of us hitting ballistas with the thingy with our
The thingy, the fire?
fire. That's the one.
I honestly don't think it really matters that much as long as ranged are an appropriate distance from the boss.
Alright, well then we'll have to move forward as we get fire.
Yeah, so if you just work on not being in the fire, we're going to be working on also not being in the fire.
Ranged, why are you so forward?
Jesus Christ.
Fair enough. How much is that?
Okay, well, let's have range start in a position that's good for the MCs, because that's really important.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The tide rises.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Set charge.
Bam!
Boat left.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blood. Searing Freezing Pitch. Blood. Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Ring of Ice.
Get out, get in the fire.
Howling Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege. Searing
Bam!
Pitch. Freezing
Boat
Blood.
right.
Searing Pitch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Ready for front
Searing
touch.
Pitch. Freezing Blast.
Okay, dodge.
Time Warp.
Really need to dodge better ranged.
Set charge.
I'm gonna stand in fire.
Frozen
guys, with,
Siege.
and keep
Searing Pitch.
Against you.
Searing Freezing Pitch. Blast.
Of me.
Five, four, three, two, one.
The tide rises.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Avalanche.
Bam!
Cold.
Boat right.
Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege. Searing Pitch.
Break fly out.
Freezing Blast. Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch. Ring of Ice.
Get out, get in fire.
Howling Searing Pitch.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast.
Range
Searing
shot.
Pitch.
Let's
Frozen
white.
Siege.
That is a horrible combination. The avalanche after that one, but melee, if you
Searing
go
Pitch.
straight back to the boss,
Searing Pitch.
then
Freezing Blast.
tank avalanche can go the opposite side to you. Range avalanche if you follow the standard route. and the ranged clump can reform out your way. But yeah, it is a nasty order, that one. So that try, we had a standing in fire and bombardment. We had an avalanche, being frozen, standing in fire. I think that was the point where we liked. I think the order. Okay, try. My DBM yelled at me that you were frozen and needed to be broken out. But okay. The order really didn't help, but if that happens, like I said, ranged, you do what you would normally do with the avalanche. Melee, if you don't have avalanche, go straight back to the boss, shortest route, and then tank and melee avalanche will just keep out your way.
So if you need help with the ballistas, I mean, me and Flotter and Exco we can easily do the first 3, and then you can swoop in and do the last 2.
At that point, we've got so many on there that Ayumu can do them all by himself, and we may as well have one person rather than 5.
Shouldn't need that hard. I'd take the first one, the front one. So if Twice starts with the back one and he goes to the middle, he will be already in range of the range group. So it shouldn't be a problem at all.
It really shouldn't. If one person can do them fine, you just need to keep an eye on when you're going to get frozen and move in at the right time.
Last few tries I always do 3 or 4, so...
I think the issue is all trying to heal.
That works for you, Moo, thanks. Because I know you can do them really fast with your rogue skills. Let me even switch to AA.
At your side, milady.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
BAM!
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast.
Ranged.
Stack tightly, man.
Frozen Siege. Set Charge. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Get out. Get in the fire.
Searing Pitch. Howling Winds. Frozen Siege.
Avalanche.
Chilling Touch. Freezing Blood. Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Set Freezing Charge. Blast.
Use that res.
Frozen Siege.
Kadashi.
You will be washed away.
Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch.
I hope you don't mind.
If you're getting bombard deaths, watch your feet better, please. Don't be in the circles.
If we can stack tighter before that, it makes it easier as well.
Yeah.
The melee clumps all around the boss. Can we just get everybody stood at the back of the boss, please? I don't know about the range clump. I'm not looking at you, but you should be on like
No, but please
one,
be tightly
one spot.
clumped. It's going to make the avalanche so much easier as well if you're tightly clumped. Gives much more space for the avalanches to run.
Yeah, a melee clump's so messy.
Are you running Imp Sand?
They should be running Fell Hunter for the
He's
interrupt.
running Fell Hunter for the interrupt. No, you can see it.
What's up?
He's a good doggy. Yeah, but with the positioning, I'd rather not risk too much.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Go right, avalanche.
Last is going to be Amro.
Freezing Blast.
Range dodge. Don't just stand and get hit by it.
It caught it like 5 seconds early as well.
Searing Pitch. Set charge. Searing Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Break him out.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. Range, watch the frontal.
Freezing
Range
Blast.
dodge.
Freezing Blood. Ring of
Hit
Ice.
again.
Searing Touch.
Get out.
Freezing
Get
Blood.
fire.
Searing Pitch.
Break them
Freezing
out.
Blood. Chilling Touch. Frozen Freezing Blood. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blood.
Bam! Ballista.
Yeah, get that ballista broken out. Okay, wipe it.
The tide moves against you.
Freezing Blast.
To be fair,
Searing
that
touch.
second blast, it didn't go through the range clump.
Searing
It went
pitch.
where we were.
Yeah, that seemed to be skewed.
That's why everyone should be clumped, so it will tend to go there. But also, look at her
Set
facing.
charge.
You've got time to dodge.
No, no, when that big white thing is in front of her, there's no way you can tell exactly where she's facing. It obstructs her.
If you can't see her, get a bit closer.
No, it's not the issue. I'm saying the visual of the spell obstructs her.
Well, if you can see
Yeah,
the
I'm
spell,
saying
it's
is,
you, innit?
don't get hit. Get closer if you need to be able to dodge by getting closer.
You can see the visual of the spell, right? It's facing towards you.
Yeah, but that's what Dashi said. It wasn't going where we expected it.
Also, I think if you have your settings done properly, you should be able to see it.
I think Ayuma is BC'd.
Fake.
Ballistas didn't really
Fake
go well.
DC.
So I know his computer was acting up earlier. He had to restart before the raid, so it might be that.
Is there a way to avoid getting bombardment?
Yeah, kill the boat.
Kill the boat really, really fast. But realistically, we're always going to get some. With the freezing blast, we're already calling when it's on range. I'm going to see if I can yell at the right person to get out the way if you can't see it. But at that distance, I'm going to have to try and recognize you from your transmogs.
Or
But
you
I
could just
figure
stay
if I
unranged.
can see... Yeah, if you stay in the range clump, it will help. But if I can see who's going to get hit, then you guys should be able to see the boss.
Or just stick on the blue marker tightly.
You feel important, yeah?
Well, I mean, I don't really get hit that much by freezing blasts, and yeah.
So we could then, when people get hit, if they stand on you, we can all blame you.
Yeah. Or somebody else wants to take it, I mean, fine. Stick
Good
on
one,
the
good one.
marker.
I should light once.
Yeah.
Although I did catch you blinking once. Like, really? You blink over this fire?
Did.
Thanks.
Right,
That's
the
repositioning.
keeping the boss further forward is causing problems, so we're going to keep her further back where we had it working before, so range does make sure you're not expecting us to be really far up. It just seemed to go smoother when she's nearer the back.
To be fair, that was the entire rest of the Rage Club not following him.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking
He
it's
just kind of abandoned you. But it wasn't really your fault. I remember that point. Yeah, you should probably mark a Shadow Priest. No, not a Shadow Priest, because they're running all over them.
Yeah, because they're more likely to be moving out
Five,
for MC.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat left.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche. Rains watch the frontal.
Set charge. Freezing blast. Frozen siege.
Next boat will be starboard, so
Ballista.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out, then get in the fire.
Howling winds. Chilling touch.
I hope you don't
Avalanche.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Chilling touch.
Range watch the frontal.
Freezing blast. Time warp. Frozen siege. Chilling touch. Freezing blast.
I will freeze you where
Avalanche.
you stand.
Ring of ice.
Get out, get in fire.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Boat left.
Freezing blast. Howling wind. Searing touch. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Set charge.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold. They belong to the shaft now.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Chilling touch.
Okay, 62. Watch your stacks.
Searing pitch.
Go to green.
Dispel.
Now remember, 1 and 3 in Ayumi are going left. 2 and 4 go right. Move together. Don't go back to the ice blocks.
I lured you into open waters because out here
Should be able to
you
left,
have
left.
no
left,
hope
left.
of escape.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, it's just for everyone.
Icebound image. Chilling touch.
Remember, stay together.
Icebound image.
Keep dodging.
Icebound image.
See people standing out. Don't be far away.
Freezing
Stay on
blood.
the marker.
Icebound image.
First image isn't done.
Yeah, we'll go back to it. We just
Icebound
have to move
image.
together.
Chilling touch. Freezing blood. Chilling
It's
touch.
going to be a wipe anyway.
it's still the shield on the floor that does it. Then stop
Yeah,
hitting
you have to
people.
dodge that. But the movement on it is relatively predictable, and on the right side at least, we do have a safe spot. So if we all get used to standing in it, it's going to help.
If you have trouble seeing them, please set up your graphics properly.
Sorry on that. I thought I was safe between the two, but I clicked one and got through.
Yeah, right side is easy mode.
Yeah, that's why the people with less movement are on the right side, and why we've got fewer on the right side.
So we do. I think we changed our comp. We have less dots, so we do need to like kill the first one a little harder on my side.
Yeah, I didn't have ice frozen orb up for it. So it usually kills it.
I think we had 3 shadows.
Yeah.
Are the speed boost tokens dropped at a good time there?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Those are great. It means we go straight down the left side, and it's good because we're getting everyone's speed boost.
Are you talking about in the transition, Gamora?
Yeah, in transition, I'm dropping one right at the start.
Yeah, yeah. If you go close now, circle. Yeah. Yeah, it's not like the other bus, but you can just walk up to them. Probably better to have it on the clump, so when you're dropping shit everywhere.
Okay, base. We want to test something. I don't think this is going to help, but we want to test. So at the end of Avalanche, we want to make sure we're immediately back on Jaina and see if that makes a difference. I think the targeting happens much earlier than that, so it won't matter what we do. It'll still be at ranged, but we're going to test it. So we're always going to run behind the boss, and we're always going to make sure we're back on the boss. So if it hits ranged, it's absolutely not because of where we are.
Oh no, it's not. I mean, that doesn't work. That won't let that. You can tell where she's facing during Avalanche, and she's not going to turn around. And anyway, I'm always at Jaina by the time I finish running anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well, but we'll try it. Just double check. I'm pretty sure it's
okay.
wrong.
I'll tell you 100% of the time how to tell. Look at which way she's facing during Avalanche. If she's already queued the blast, yeah, she'll face the same fucking way. She's not going to turn around. She's going to face the same way she's facing.
And that's what I'm checking to call as well. And I'm pretty certain that's how it works.
And if she targets, so the reason she faces the ranged is, or somewhere else, is because she's targeting them last with the Avalanche cast. Because it goes
Yeah, I thought it was to do with the order she picks people in.
It is, yeah. 100%. Yeah, that's how it works. If it's queued, she's not going to turn around and then cast it. She's just going to cast it.
But we'll try and stay there and prove that it's not a tank thing, and we'll keep calling when she's facing ranged.
Repair, guys.
Yeah.
It's in the back.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Freezing blast.
Bam!
Frozen siege.
Avalanche?
If it casts now, it will be towards the back, but it's not queued, so it won't cast. Oh, it is.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
Oh, what do you know?
No, wait and see what happens when targets are ranged.
Frozen siege.
Well, because you get it right once per accident.
Freezing
That's
blast.
It's not how science works.
Ring of ice.
Get out, get in fire.
Searing pitch. Howling winds.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch.
Chasing the rain.
Freezing blast.
Kills the rain.
Freezing blood. Frozen siege.
Wipe.
Time warp. Chilling touch.
Bam!
Searing pitch.
The
that melee?
tide moves against
Well, that's
Freezing
because I
blast.
didn't get a dispel, so I couldn't get out of there.
Beware.
So she's dashing.
Well, maybe it was Dashi.
Huh? What?
You had avalanche on you.
Did I?
Yes. Oh, okay, was you?
Yeah, there we go. That's Dashi. Not paying attention. Yeah, it's the last second when you go into fire.
And you go in at like 0.5 and then you only get one tip.
Okay, Mursov is going to call every time the tank position means that the range will have to dodge, since he has decided it's not what we think, it's the different positioning.
Elstone, please.
There's one up.
Very good decision.
Okay,
there.
thank you. Sorry.
Et why? Wakey, wakey.
Alright, was having to answer a few things, so ready checking again, then we'll go.
Five, four, three, two, one.
the tide rises.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Avalanche?
It's going to be on range.
Oh, we'll prove
Oh, no,
it's
no,
not
no,
the case.
no, it's not. It's 10.
Just melee, watch out, because I have to get back in melee range.
Yeah, it wasn't queued earlier.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out, get in fire.
I don't have avalanches, I think, straight up.
Yeah, I think we are.
Searing pitch. Howling winds.
I will freeze you.
Bam!
Avalanche.
Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Howling Winds. Time Warp. Chilling Touch.
You will be washed away.
Guys, what's going on with those ballistas? People are not attacking them at all.
Freezing Blast.
Just wait, I'm dead.
Searing Frozen Pitch. Siege. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you where. Beware of me.
Repair stuff if you can.
Okay, Squibs has had to go. He will be back in an hour, but in the meantime, just looking at what we can do, so we were expecting Dwas and Avios. You should be moving closer during the blizzard, yeah.
I didn't immediately move us into melee range because the avalanche going off, so I didn't want us to run through.
Okay. Work for light, I'm trying to work out who else we've got and if Dwas is going to be here soon. I think we are going to go 19 man for now. Okay, we are going to test another theory, and what is going to happen is that every time I get avalanche, I am going to immune it and stand perfectly still, and we're going to see if she still targets range sometimes. I really don't think this is going to work, but we're going to test it out.
Well, while we're 19
I'm still pretty certain that it's to do with the queuing order, and if she happens to be targeting a range for avalanche last, and she's got it queued up, she stays there. But we will prove that it's not that.
We're gonna have to do like 50 pulls to prove this.
I know, but we're going to test this. So melee. I will stand still, and you guys need to not die.
Yes, it can be predicted by looking at what's queued and where she's facing. Jesus.
We're able to reliably call when it's going to go unranged, so I think that's the better solution because it is sometimes due to the queuing order. But we're going to test Mercer's theory.
I'm not going to stand still if it's on me because I'll
You're
live
not.
that.
I'm going. You're going to make sure you're on the opposite side of the boss to ranged. So at no point you go to the ranged side, so it can't be your targeting. And I'm going to stand still on immune. I'm not convinced it's going to make any difference whatsoever. We're going to rule it out as an option. I don't think this will make it easier. I think this is going to make it harder.
5,
But we're going to
4,
test it.
3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Hey, avalanche.
The tide moves
Freezing
against
blast
you.
is queued. Which is good, but it's not that
It's not going to happen.
The deck is rigged to explode.
Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
That Ballista will have to go fast.
It's a wipe. We don't have enough melee. So melee.
Ring of ice.
The tactic,
Searing
if I'm
pitch.
immuning
Freezing
it
blood.
means you guys have to not stand in the avalanche.
Searing
because you
pitch.
die.
Howling
This is
blood.
one
Searing
of the
pitch.
reasons I don't think this is a good idea.
Yes, can we like stop it?
You will be washed away.
Freezing blast.
Beware, beware of me.
Yeah, I think this is just going to kill people and be a waste of time, but we are trying it. We'll do a couple more pulls like this and see if it proves myself right, but I really don't think it's a good idea.
Welcome to wall facing with your face.
Yeah, we can practice phase 1. Yeah, no, we're just not going to do the immune thing. I think it's stupid.
Honestly, don't people for this.
Yeah, it kills melee, and I don't think it will make any difference whatsoever. The easiest way to do it is still be aware that she will sometimes go to ranged, and we are calling it in advance every time she's going to do it. That's not going to work, Dashi.
We don't know that though.
I'm fairly certain it's not going to work.
It does have to be timed perfectly.
At no point, Mersoth, will we point her towards range. She will 100% be pointed towards the back of the ship on the tank side. At no point will she point towards ranged. But that's been the case every time. We don't point her towards range, we point her to the back of the ship, and the order queuing happens. It's also what we found on normal and heroic. Yeah, I think Ayumu DC'd. We're still waiting on Dashi being ready. Okay, Ayumu is back online. Dashi is ready. Let's go. But honestly, the only time tanks will be on the range side of Jaina is
5,
during that ring,
4,
because we have
3,
to or we die.
2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing blast.
Ballista.
Avalanche.
It's not cute.
Set charge. Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Ring of ice.
Get out,
Searing
get
pitch.
into fire.
Howling winds. Chilling touch. Searing frozen pitch. Siege. Freezing blood. Searing touch. Freezing blast.
Bam!
Chilling touch.
Boat left.
Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Searing pitch. Time warp. Frozen charge. Set charge. Searing pitch. Searing freezing blood.
There's a battle in the back.
She's facing ranged.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Freezing blood. Searing
I'm over
pitch.
here.
Yeah,
Ring
you
of
didn't
ice.
go on that side of her, and she's facing range, like you said she would. Okay, it's Kumini dead, let's
Searing frozen
watch.
siege. Searing pitch. Freezing
So
blood.
that debunks the entire theory.
It
Searing
should do,
pitch.
but
Howling
everything we
freezing
did on
blood.
normal and
Searing
heroic
pitch.
also debunks
Freezing
the theory.
blast.
It's working exactly the same as it has on other difficulties. So let's not blame the tanking position, and we will continue to call it. Our range will dodge when we call it's going for ranged.
Good idea.
Heck, asshole. Okay.
Right. Oh, would you another cauldron? Is that why you got your big on flask? a gravity last success.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing
Right.
blast.
Ballista.
Avalanche.
Set charge. Freezing blast.
Bomb in the back.
Frozen siege.
Another bomb. Oh,
Freezing blast. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out, get in the fire. We're
Howling
probably
winds.
going to get the avalanche.
Searing touch. Frozen siege.
Yep, avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Bam! Ballista.
Chilling touch. Time war.
Pick on the ballista.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
bomb.
Frozen
I got the zone
siege.
fine.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Ring of ice.
Get out, get in the fire.
Chilling touch. Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Howling winds. Freezing blast.
Just do this one now.
Vote right.
Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
Chilling touch. Searing pitch. Freezing blast. Searing pitch.
Range dodge.
Frozen siege.
Okay, let's wipe. Base mine calling when she's, if you're on the bottom, I'm running. If she's pointing at range, if you yell.
Searing pitch.
That's right.
Ring of ice. Searing
I
pitch.
can't easily see it when I'm running.
No, I was already thinking it was alright.
Yeah, that's true. Thanks.
In this specific case, can I make a suggestion that the person who was supposed to run on the left with the avalanche, where the range was basically stood because no place anywhere else, you actually run through the middle and clear all the fire.
That might kill them though.
The range had
You
basically.
don't have to actually stand in the fire. You can run next to the fire and the avalanche will still go on it.
I think if I can comment, I think people generally need to take the avalanches further to the sides. A lot of times you hit range because you start running away too late,
Yeah.
or you stay around for a while in order not to get frozen. But
Yeah,
please
what I
run
want to
as soon as
see
possible.
is, as soon as you get it, you stop DPSing and you get out of the range clump, so you're safe. I know I've said that many times. Priority is move to a good position, then you can run down the side and dodge back in as needed, but you're not dropping your first avalanche on top of the clump. But also the range clump, you want to be tightly clumped on the marker, so they're only having to move to the side. They're not having to dodge 3 different range clumps.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Freezing Blast.
Ballista.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Get out, get in the fire. Expect avalanche after.
Howling Winds. Chilling Touch.
Yeah, avalanche.
Searing Pitch.
That'll be a freezing blast probably would great.
Freezing Blast.
Yeah, dodge.
Frozen Siege.
See if I can get a blast.
Bam!
Boat left.
Chilling Touch. Freezing Blast. Time Warp. Set Charge. Set Charge. Frozen Siege. Freezing
bombs.
Blast. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Freezing
Avalanche.
Blush.
You should be safe range.
Ring of Ice.
Get out, get in the fire.
Freezing Blast.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
washed away.
Jump in the fire.
Howling Frozen Winds. Siege.
Bam! Off the starboard side. Man the guns.
Of me.
Okay, we're gonna have break time. We'll get back to it. okay? Are you missing Dashi or something?
Yes.
That sounded like a I want Dashi to pay attention voice. Okay, that is end of break. We are still hoping that Dwas will be here soon, and if not, Squibs should be back in a bit. So we're going to keep going and practice the execution.
He's almost done disposing of his mother-in-law's body. Because I assume what he meant when he said he had to take her somewhere.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably the case.
Yeah. We get health stones.
We'll have health stones and food in a minute. I'm sure.
Yeah, so I had to wash my hands. Food going down.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Bam!
Boat right.
Rain, switch.
Avalanche.
They stop.
Use that res.
Especially use your, yeah.
Freezing Blast. Searing
Yeah,
Pitch.
sorry, they
Set
got me.
charge. Frozen Siege.
They belong to the sharks now.
Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Yeah, get in the fire. Expect an avalanche after.
Searing Pitch. Howling Winds.
Yeah, avalanche.
Searing Pitch. Freezing Blood.
It might move towards range of this stuff.
Freezing Blast.
Yep, range.
Yeah, it is.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Give them a taste of our cannons.
Freezing Blast. Time Warp. Chilling Touch. Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Frozen Siege.
Avalanche.
Freezing
Range
Blood.
ready to dodge.
Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Ring of Ice.
Get out, get in fire.
Searing Pitch.
Break boozy. Then we'll move the boss after.
Freezing Blast. Howling Winds. Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Chilling Touch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
The tide moves against you.
Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Ring of Ice.
Get out. Get in the fire.
Chilling Touch. Frozen Siege.
Glass.
No, we're down here as well. Let's just wait.
Chilling Touch.
You don't mind the cold. You will be
I meant to
Chilling
take myself a
Touch.
break and I
Chilling
completely
Touch.
forgot. We
Freezing
should
Blast.
be able to have one person do all three ballistas still. So, Sunti, if you're not happy doing all three, I know Ayumu can do all three. And it really doesn't make sense to have two of you doing it when one can do it.
Okay. Doing nothing.
Ideally, you'd be the one doing the all three.
Well, you will lose a lot of DPS.
That's fine. We just want one person to deal with them. At the moment, we're having to have three people do ballistas and bombs. Or if you can't do all three, maybe you can do the bombs so Twy can worry about healing.
So you're gonna change everything.
Well, I'd like to not have to have three people do it.
Let's not make this a discussion. If Ayumu can do it by his own, it frees up 2 extra people, so I don't see the
Cool.
problem.
Ayumu's going to do all three ballistas. Okay. I wasn't sure if healing was okay given we're using off specs, and I know I felt a bit squishy at times, but I think it might be when there's a ranger shoot. I know boss DPS isn't a problem, I just think it's silly that we have to use 3 people for a job that can be done by 1, and hunters are a fantastic class to do it because their pet stays on the boss.
Why is it even still an issue? Lately you called it, we do it.
5.
Yeah,
4,
I thought we normally had just
3,
Spritney on
2,
it, which
1.
is fine, but he's not here.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing Blast.
I hope you don't
Avalanche.
mind the cold.
Freezing Blast.
Bombs are in place!
Frozen Siege.
They belong to the sharks now.
Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Get out, then get in fire.
Searing pitch. Howling winds.
Bam! Avalanche.
Give them a taste of our cannons.
Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
Okay,
Chilling
touch.
touch.
Let's white.
Freezing blast. Searing pitch.
Okay, avalanches. Don't
Yeah.
Set charge.
I
Set
did
charge.
wrong.
Beware of me. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Left boat.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out. Get in the fire.
Searing pitch. Howling winds. Chilling touch.
Avalanche.
Freezing touch. Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
On the starboard side.
Get in the
Chilling
fire.
pitch. Searing pitch. Searing pitch.
You will be washed away.
Beware of me.
Cool. Let's summon squibs, please. Yeah, so if we have the avalanche straight after, then if you don't have avalanche in your melee, then you go straight to the boss. And if you do have avalanche, then you go away from the boss. because there's loads of space. She'll be on one side or the other, and that means tank can be in a position where they can actually be ready to tank the boss. Yeah, you go to a side and you stick with that side. Please don't go through the clump. The only time you go near the clump is to reset the freezing stack.
Hey, Rebecca, I know we're not using the markers for Avalanche, but can
Yeah.
we still have it turned on so that it marks the people so you can see
It
where
is
they are?
turned on.
Oh, okay. I'm not paying
Not
attention
turned
to it.
off. So it
Fair
should still be marking.
Okay. Then it should be
I'll
easy
double
to
check
dodge.
it because it really should be. I've not changed that one.
I haven't even looked. So I just figured it might make it easier.
Yeah, I'm still set to do those, so unless someone's interfering with my add-on, it's fine.
Cool. So yeah, you should be able to see where it is.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Avalanche?
Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Bam!
Left boat.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
The deck is rigged to explode!
Ring of Ice.
Get out, then in
Searing
fire.
Pitch. Searing Pitch. Howling Winds.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Frozen Siege.
Break Boozy out.
Time Warp.
Bam!
Dash it.
Chilling Touch.
The ballista has to go now.
Freezing Blast.
Boat right.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege. Ring of Ice.
Get out, then in fire. Avalanche.
Freezing Blood. Freezing Blood. Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Chilling Touch. Howling Winds. Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Freezing Blast.
Boat left.
Chilling Touch. Set Charge.
Bombs
Freezing
back.
Blast. Searing
65.
Pitch. Ring
We're
of Ice.
transitioning soon.
Searing
Get out, then in
Pitch.
fire.
Searing Pitch.
Avalanche.
Freezing Blood. Freezing Blood. Freezing Blast.
Range dodge.
Frozen Siege. Set charge.
62, make sure your stacks are clear.
Searing Pitch.
Hard vessels on the horizon. You have nowhere left to run.
Remember, move together.
You really think I've been
Don't get
running,
ice blocked.
Captain?
Impossible.
I lured you into open waters because
Or else
out
we can
here
get from the right
you
side.
have no hope of escape.
Wait, I'll get it.
Freezing Blood. Chilling Touch. Icebound Image. Chilling Touch. Icebound
We
Image.
have too many ice blocks. We had many avalanches after Ring that time, and it was all fine. So keep doing it. It seems to work. If we reclump in a sensible place and avalanches just take into account where we are and move accordingly, it works fine. So let's do that more.
Stupid question, but am I right in thinking that if you're frozen, you don't count as one of the players you need to stand close to?
That's correct, yeah. So as soon as people start getting frozen, we don't have enough people.
Yeah, with 2 dead on the right side, it wasn't going to work. With 1 person getting frozen, just going to cascade.
Basically, with Avalanche, assume every time we say Avalanche, she's going to point it at ranged and be ready to move. This is not new information.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Freezing Blast.
Left boat.
I will freeze you.
Avalanche, range ready to dodge.
Freezing Blast.
Charges set.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Freezing Blast. Ring of Ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Howling
Expect
Winds.
avalanche after.
Chilling Touch. Frozen
Searing
Siege.
Avalanche, range ready to dodge.
Time Warp.
Use that res. Boat right.
Freezing Blast. Chilling Touch. Set Charge. Searing Pitch.
Ball in the back.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
I will freeze you where
Avalanche,
you stand.
range ready to dodge.
Freezing Blast.
Dodge.
Freezing Blood. Ring of Ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch.
Bam!
Vote left.
Howling Winds. Freezing Blast.
65. Watch your stats.
Chilling Touch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche, range ready to dodge.
Searing Pitch. Freezing Blast.
Okay,
Searing
almost there.
Pitch.
Clear your stacks. Be on green. Move together.
You really think I've been running, Captain?
Impossible!
Remember, move together.
I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Freezing Blood. Icebound Image.
Stay on the marker.
Chilling Touch. Icebound Image. Icebound Image. Icebound Image.
Now stick together still.
Stay.
Freezing Blood.
Right.
You want to be on the marker, remember.
Chilling Touch. Icebound Image.
It's time.
Phase 2.
Chilling Touch.
Remember, bait to the wall.
Glacial Ray.
You have too many dead.
It seemed a little unbalanced in terms of DPS this time. Left and right side.
We had someone dead. Let me check what side they were. Yeah, we were down someone on left side.
Okay.
Which doesn't help.
But it's been I think it's been unbalanced every time we've been on phase 2, right?
Ice Fall.
Pretty much.
Well, we're killing 2, you're killing 3.
Yeah, just don't get ice blocked. The idea is it's all avoidable. If you get ice blocked, you fail, we'll let you die.
That right side transmission should not be that long.
No, we were down someone on left side.
Just got to say, because it's a lot of healing for someone who can't move. Or can't heal while moving. Unless I drop a cooldown.
We might need to adjust things a bit to get the DPS balance right.
Yeah, having Twi dead as well probably didn't help actually. That
Yeah.
might have something. Just possibly might be the reason why.
Don't forget the repair.
No, she'll be mid-cast, so she may finish her cast before she ice blocks. Because remember, on the phase 2 intermission, when we would normally use the Bloodlust, range DPS can stay hitting her because of the timing we Bloodlust at. She then won't ice block during a cast. No, the plan is to Bloodlust on the wall. That is the ideal time for it. And I'm pretty certain it won't work on that intermission.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat left.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Range ready to dodge.
Sunti's not facing.
I'm just calling it to make sure they're
Freezing
aware.
blast. Set
Bomb
charge.
in the back.
Mark target.
Use that
Frozen
res.
siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Searing pitch. Howling winds.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast.
Range dodge.
Frozen siege.
Bam! Boozy is the seed, I think.
The tide moves against you.
But it's on right side.
Chilling touch. Time warp. Freezing blast.
Yeah, let's wipe. We're down 2 healers as well. Get some fire.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Beware of me.
Okay, just to give Boozy a moment to get inside. Should be relogging. Boozy?
Yeah, my game crashed.
Yeah, we figured. Don't worry, Boozy, I've not already checked. We can convert the
Okay.
rest to res.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Great stuff.
Bam! Freezing blast.
Boat right.
Ballista has to go.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
Back.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Avalanche.
Freezing
Range
blood. Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Ring of ice.
Get out, get in fire.
Chilling touch. Chilling touch. Frozen siege.
Boat left. She lets white, too many dead.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
Beware of me.
Yeah, remember what I've said with Avalanche. If it's not on you, stand still. It makes you so much easier to avoid.
We had an avalanche drop right in the middle of where we were standing, though.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen. That's an avalanche failing. So, yeah. So when we have the avalanche, just stand still without it. Get out the way quickly. We don't care about your DPS. We care about your movement when you have avalanche.
It's actually more complicated than that. I mean, she's not always locked in position. She's sometimes locked in position. But yeah.
She's very awkward with this unpredictable queuing thing.
It's the reason we should be. She sometimes will follow the tank target and sometimes won't. That's why there's some confusion.
Why are we scattering for avalanche? It's only the people with avalanche moving, and that then means that you're clumped, and you know that if the ray is unranged, you're all going to sidestep together. Avalanche should be avoiding the two stacks of players, so it's never a distraction.
Yeah, but in this case, there was distraction because someone ran straight into range with it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they need to stop doing that.
Yeah, I agree.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Bam! Boat right. Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice. Touch.
Get out, then in fire. Ready for avalanche.
Searing pitch. Howling winds.
Freeze you where you stand.
Great. Move from the
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Frozen siege.
Boat left. Let's use that
Time
res.
warp. Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Searing
Range
pitch.
ready to dodge.
Searing pitch. Ring of ice. Searing
Get
freezing
outfit and
blood.
fire.
Frozen chilling touch. Freezing blast.
Someone frozen in the back.
Bam! Break from then. Boat right.
Howling winds.
You will be washed away.
Okay, we're both dead. Wipe it.
Freezing blast.
Can we not be
Howling
quite so close
winds.
to the back?
I've been asked to
Chilling
do that
touch.
to make sure the ring
Searing
positioning
charge.
is right, but is it
Okay.
causing problems for movement?
Set charge.
We can just move
Freezing
the back
blast.
before the rings. We don't need to be there.
Yeah, that's true, although sometimes it's a bit of a pain with the fire.
Well, yeah. It's a bit of a pain.
Yeah.
But the thing is, she sometimes does follow you with during avalanche. So if you can't be behind her, then sometimes it will.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Okay, yeah, we'll just make sure we've moved our position.
Just move it before the ice block.
Yeah.
The ice ring.
If you can do that, Yumu, then great. So the color called is the safe position, is that right?
Maybe call the unsafe position. Otherwise, you're talking about two plays.
Yeah, that's what I'm just double checking just so everyone knows which call is going to be happening. Okay, so the call is the safe one.
Five, four, three, two, one.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
But this is perfect.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Give them a taste of our cannons. I hope you don't
Avalanche.
mind cold.
Freezing blast.
Charge is set.
Set charge.
Bomb
Set
at the back.
charge.
2 bombs.
Frozen siege.
40 to go.
Freezing
fast.
blast.
List.
Ice block at the back as well.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Ring of ice.
Get out then and fire. Ready for avalanche after.
Howling wind. Chilling touch. Frozen siege. Freezing blood.
Boat
Freezing
right.
blood. Chilling touch.
Ballista has to go.
Chilling touch. Freezing blast. Time warp. Set charge.
Bomb at the back.
Freezing blast. Chilling touch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out then and fire.
Searing pitch.
Avalanche.
Ranged, go yellow.
Freezing blast.
Before I take
Bam!
Howling winds. Frozen siege. Howling winds.
Okay, then let's res light as well then.
Howling winds. Freezing blast. Set charge.
Bomb at the back.
Chilling touch.
I will freeze you where you
Avalanche.
stand. The tide moves against you. But I
Ring
will
of ice.
freeze you where you stand.
Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
Do you want to clear your stacks?
Yep. And clump on orange. Remember, move together. Don't go back to the ice blocks.
You really think I've got
ice
you,
block.
Captain?
Impossible!
I lured you into open waters because out here you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Chilling touch. Freezing blood. Icebound
Remember
image.
to stay together and dodge.
Icebound image. Icebound image. Chilling touch.
Okay, that's going to be a wipe because we're too many dead, but
Icebound
that
image.
should be better.
Beware, beware of me.
doctor is in.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat right. Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Use the res.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out,
Searing
fire.
pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing
Avalanche.
Ranged, go red.
Two eyes back in the back.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat left.
Chilling touch. Time warp. Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
This on death.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Set
Bomb in
charge.
the back.
Searing pitch. Ring of ice.
Get out, then and fire.
Searing pitch.
Expect the avalanche after.
Ranged, go red.
Freezing blood. Freezing blast.
Plug in the back.
Frozen siege.
We're
Chilling
down
touch.
2 healers, that's why I got.
Howling winds.
Bam!
Chilling touch. Chilling touch. Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
Yeah, the stuns do happen, but sometimes they drop the or even the stunnable.
Yeah, there's that awkward timing where they kind of do it as they're getting on the boat. Okay, Morg, so we can get Sangor to do your one.
I've been looking at it. However, my stun is half the time way too slow because the bomb drops even before they are targetable, let alone with a cast bar.
Yeah, it's an awkward one. I did see that sometimes that is going to happen, and you just have to throw them overboard. Unfortunately, it sounds like we're handling them as best we can.
Yeah, it's also not always very simple to predict where they're gonna land, because mine is an AOE, not a targeted effect, which is actually easier to place.
Yeah, I suspect everything will be easier next raid when we have more priests. Because then we can avoid all the fire damage during the Ring of Ice as well, which is handy. Okay, there is a scrap bot, so make sure you repair.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen Siege. Bam! Freezing Blast.
Left.
I hope you don't
Avalanche.
mind the cold.
She's facing range.
Range go.
Freezing Blast.
Bashy, move.
Charge is set.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast. Searing Pitch. Ring of Ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Searing Pitch. Searing Pitch. Searing Frozen Siege. Bam!
Boat rush. Avalanche.
Careful range.
Freezing Blast. Set charge. Set charge. Time warp. Frozen Siege.
Bomb go off in a
Freezing
second.
Blast. Ring of Ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Freeze you where you stand.
Range go, yeah.
Freezing Blast. Frozen Siege.
Bam!
Boat left.
Howling Winds. Freezing Blast. Set charge. Set charge.
Beware. Beware of me.
I think more PC.
Because everyone decided instead of running past all the patches to just stand in the patches for 5 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
don't do 5 seconds of it. Just do like the last
The
second.
thing was, after the first salvo, we had a double bombardment, and the entire deck was on fire.
You could have run past it. I ran past it.
Or just stepped out of the circle at the last second as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Because that's less damage if you're not going through everything.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen Siege. Freezing Blast.
Bam!
No, it's fine. You can have it.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Cold.
Freezing Blast.
Range.
Searing pitch.
Set
Charge. Set
Frozen
frozen
back.
blood. Searing pitch.
2 bombs. Another one.
The ballista needs to go.
Can swim better than they say.
Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Searing pitch. Howling winds. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blood.
Avalanche. Vote right.
Freezing blast. Set charge. Chilling touch. Time searing pitch. Searing pitch. Searing pitch.
And then 1 bomb in back. Oh, never mind.
Searing pitch. Blast. Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Going more up.
Searing pitch.
I hope you don't
Searing
mind.
pitch.
Avalanche.
Ranged on you.
Mercer, don't drop that on us.
Freezing blast. Ring of
Wipe
ice.
it.
You where you stand.
Bam!
Colors up outside.
Frozen siege.
You will be washed away.
Beware of me.
If I walk into melee range, they might drop avalanche on us. Every time I've been like close to melee, that's always been. Well, if you want to take it, be free. Like, be my guest.
Oh, well, you want if you want the marker, we can easily switch it to you.
He
if
has to
you
run
wanna
out
run.
and fucking run.
Oh yeah, you're emceeing. Yeah, that won't work.
Every time we MC, everyone runs after him. That would be fun.
It could add an exciting new aspect to this fight. Sangor's moving out for the stuns, so he can't do it either.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Like the faith you have in the
Avalanche.
He's facing one.
Freezing blast.
How the fuck can you get over that?
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind. the cold.
Avalanche.
Howling wind. Freezing blast. Ring of ice.
Out, then in fire.
Frozen up now.
Chilling touch.
2 frozen on the back.
Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Out.
Time warp.
Boat left. So get that ballista.
Freezing blast.
Use the res.
The ballista has cryo.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Searing pitch. Ring of ice.
Get out, then in fire.
Searing pitch. Searing pitch.
Bam!
Boat right.
Freezing frozen siege. Howling winds. Freezing searing touch.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Chilling touch.
Who's dropping your stacks?
Frozen siege. Freezing blast. Searing pitch.
Transitioning shortly.
Ring of ice.
Transitioning. Remember, move together. Don't get ice blocked. Don't stop for the ice blocks.
You really think I've been running, Captain?
Impossible!
I lured you into open waters, because out here, you have no hope of escape.
Icebound image. Chilling touch. Icebound image. Icebound image.
Stay together.
Icebound image. Icebound image. Chilling touch.
Phase 2. Fate to the wall.
Glacial ray. Arctic ground.
I will freeze you where you stand.
Avalanche.
Need to kill the barrel.
Chilling touch.
Okay, we're dead anyway.
Tide moves against you.
Ice fall.
Beware. Beware of me.
I think that was us getting to the intermission with us all alive, which is good.
Right side still has to wait a little bit for left side to finish.
Can we just swap one person?
Well, we're not supposed to kill the ice blocks, are we?
No, we're
No.
not killing. We don't stop for the ice blocks. We move together. Just make sure you don't run too far ahead, because we do need to keep everyone together.
Because I think we stopped and killed them on the left again.
Don't do it, please. Just ignore them. Don't even dot them, just ignore them. It's a waste of time.
We do have someone marked in the left group, I thought. I did mark someone. I thought I had marked Sangor in the left group, but obviously it's gone. Let's put a marker on Sangor again.
Will they be unmarked if they get avalanche during?
No. They'll get if you put orange on him, it'll break it. Please stop doing that. It has to be one of the ones not used for avalanche. That's why I put a cross on him before. So those are the markers. However, bear in mind that if you have melee in your group and you stand at range, they can't hit anything. So make sure markers you move into melee range for melee. And everyone, try not to get ice blocked. We had arranged and I'm making Sangor to be useful as an officer, because the other ones have running ahead assignments. Because if I mark Ayumu or Mursoth, then you're all going to panic and die when Ayumu does his immunity interrupt and Mursoth does his double jump interrupt on the first one. And Rankin already has a marker, so we're leaving it on him.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat left. Avalanche.
He's facing that's right.
Freezing blast.
Yeah. That's the back door. Look like you were saying.
Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
Frozen siege.
Bomb.
Freezing blast. Searing pitch.
Okay, you like it? Is that bomb going off?
Yeah, it was right on the portal.
Ah, that's annoying.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Chilling touch. Ring of ice. Chilling touch. Freezing howling winds. Searing pitch. Frozen siege.
Bam!
Beware of me.
Dashi, I think I've worked out how to make your plan work. She teleports the person with aggro, so if we all jump in the water as she's about to teleport, then she'll drown. But in reality, we have the issue that Ayumu can't do the calls and the ballistas, so Sunti, can you do all the ballistas, please? So that way, range notably survived much better when we had Ayumu calling.
Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
Would it be considered if you actually found it out that it's a bug in the boss?
Yeah. Cooldowns can be used sort of as needed, essentially, but as long as they're back for phase 2, it's all good. Yeah, if healing officer wants to sort it out, then that's great. We can have them, but we don't really need specific assignments for them this phase. It's more reactive when there's damage going out.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat left. Avalanche.
It's probably.
Freezing blast. Set charge.
Bomb in the back.
Frozen siege. Freezing blood. Freezing blood. Freezing blood.
Move.
Move feet, move feet.
Freezing blast.
Nice bug in the back.
Ring of ice.
Out then in fire. Can we use that res?
Not right now.
Howling winds.
Avalanche.
Howling winds. Freezing blast.
We now don't have enough in melee
Howling
either.
winds.
Let's just wipe it.
Bam!
Frozen siege.
Yeah, so we couldn't have
Freezing
the
touch.
circling coming.
Searing pitch.
Also, first avalanche in ranged ran out way too late.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
rooted.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, if you're rooted and you got avalanche, just yell for a dispel. I didn't hear you.
I did.
Beware of me.
This is one where I would normally use my imp, but
Does your portal cancel out routes?
no, doesn't work. Oh, you mean the demonic circle? I don't have
Yeah,
it.
the
Up,
minus circle.
that would cancel. Yeah, it would port me, but I still be doing this.
Oh, okay, fair enough. That wouldn't help then.
No.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege. Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Bam!
Boat left.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Set Frozen charge. Siege.
Bomb in the back.
Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Freezing blast. Pitch.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
Freezing blood.
Wipe
Freezing
it.
blast.
That's too many
Howling
days.
winds. Chilling touch. Ring of ice.
Yeah, that was a load of deaths to Avalanche. Avalanches, remember to move out
Frozen
promptly.
siege.
I'm guessing that was someone not moving in time.
Bam! Yep.
It's quite obvious when it kills
Freezing
like
blast.
5 people at once.
Beware.
Let's do that again and not mess up the Avalanche. We've had so much practice at that now.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing
Left.
blast.
Give them a taste of our cannons. I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Freezing blast. Frozen siege. Freezing blood. Searing pitch.
Get that siege quick.
Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood.
Reza, you move, please.
Ring of ice.
Get out, then in
Searing
fire.
pitch. Searing blood. Howling winds.
Bam!
Freezing
Chilling
pitch.
avalanche.
Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blast.
Boat right.
Frozen siege.
So you have to do it.
Set charge.
Bowden.
Time warp.
The tide moves against you.
Yeah, let's just wipe it.
Freezing blast.
5 minutes to go. We seem to have forgotten how to execute the last few minutes. Let's see if we can get a decent pull in and get back to phase 2 before raid ends.
The tide moves against you. Beware of me.
In this case, was that because she freezed the active side?
That shouldn't really make a difference because we can do all 3 and then the 2 that are unfrozen.
Well, the 2 avalanches ran over it, so I had to wait till they passed before I could use the ballistas.
Yeah, avalanches, remember we are asking you to aim to run on the side without the boat because that way Sunti can get at the ballistas quicker. Because we really need to have all those ballistas done in a short space of time so you don't get fire everywhere. Right, let's have one more pull.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The sea answers my call.
Frozen siege.
Bam!
Freezing blast.
Boat right.
I will freeze you
Avalanche.
where you stand.
Freezing blast. Set charge. Frozen siege.
Freeze, I spoke back.
Freezing blast.
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Freezing blast. Freezing blood. Ring of ice.
Get out, then in fire.
There is no fire.
Okay, we'll master spell and single the spell as many as we can.
Frozen siege.
Boat left.
Ballista.
Boat's left. That one's not too urgent.
Oh yeah.
Chilling blast. Time warp.
this? That
I hope you don't mind.
Avalanche.
Searing pitch.
You will be washed away.
There's base.
Frozen siege. Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Searing pitch. Freezing blood. Freezing blast. Searing pitch. Freezing blood.
You will be washed away.
Yeah, let's wipe
Ring
it.
of ice.
Yeah, I'm sure we've
Searing
said
pitch.
don't fear the ads before.
Searing pitch. Freezing
Really
blood.
needs to be a stun.
Set charge.
Beware of me.
Right, that is end of raid. We'll be working more on this on Sunday. If you've not signed up, please do so. And I know summer's coming. I know people are going to have holidays. If you've got a holiday planned, let us know so we know when we're going to be short on people.
Can I also take this moment to ask people that they donate mods towards